Hi everyone, welcome to our channel Math Time with Dhanaprasad. In the journey of AP and TS Polyset 2020 Mathematics, we are in 13th chapter Probability. This chapter is very useful for final exams. At the same time, AP and TS Polyset 2020, this probability chapter can be completed within 1 hour. In first 20 minutes, we discuss about the basic formulas, basic concepts, and many problems are asking on tossing coins and throwing dice and pack of cards and marble stones and ball leap year problems. We discuss all these situations very clearly in this first video lecture. In the next video, we will solve 2019 and 18 AP and TS Polyset question and answers very clearly, and in the next video I will discuss about 2017 and 16 AP and TS Polyset previous question and answers మనం డిస్కస్ చేస్తాము. జస్ట్ see here. So probability means possibility, means how likely something is to be happen. So many events cannot be predicted with total certainty. By looking at a sky, we cannot predict whether rain can come or not. So by looking at a coin when it is in the air, we cannot predict whether head will turn up or tail will turn up. So in throwing a die, one cannot predict, one cannot sure about what will turn up. In those cases, what we have to do is, we can predict only the chance of an event to occur. So we will predict or we will estimate the chance of an event to occur in throwing a die, in tossing a coin, etc. Now we will define random experiment. Now we see random experiment definition. An experiment is conducted any number of times under essentially identical conditions. There is a set of all possible outcomes associated with it. If the result is not certain, but any one of the outcomes is called random experiment. So random experiment means an experiment is conducted any number of times under identical conditions. We know well in advance all possible outcomes, but we are not sure about what will happen in the experiment. For example, when we toss a coin, either head can turn up or tail can turn up. So we know all outcomes in advance, but we cannot predict what will be the exact outcome in a given trial. For example, when the coin is in the air, we cannot certain about either head will turn up or tail will turn up. Now the definition of equally likely events. Events are said to be equally likely if there is no reason to expect any one of them rather than any one of the other. For example, when we toss a coin, there is no reason to expect head rather than tail. So here head and tail are equally likely events. So when we toss a coin, either head can turn up or tail can turn up. So there is no reason to expect either a head or what? Tails. So these type of events are called equally likely events. For example, while throwing a die has 6 faces numbered from 1 to 6. There is no reason to expect 6 rather than any one of the other events, because getting 1 is an event, getting 2 is an event, getting 3, getting 4, getting 5, getting 6, all are what? Equally likely events. There is no reason to expect one event rather than other events, because all events are elementary events and are equally likely events. Exhaustive events means knowing all possible outcomes in advance. For example, when throwing a die has 6 faces numbered from 1 to 6. Sample space S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Means when we throw a die, we can get either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. So knowing all these possible outcomes in advance before conducting the experiment, if we know all these outcomes in advance, they are called exhaustive events. Mutually exclusive events. Events are said to be mutually exclusive if no two or more events can happen simultaneously in the same trial. For example, while tossing a coin, we cannot get both head and tail in a single trial or in a single toss. Therefore, head and tail are mutually exclusive events. For example, in throwing a die, when we are getting one, we won't get two or three or four or five or six. So all events are mutually exclusive events. We will get only one event in a single trial. We won't get all the outcomes in a single trial. Is called mutually exclusive events. Sample space, the set of all possible outcomes of a random experiment or a random trial is called sample space. So sample space is nothing but the set of all possible outcomes. So now let us see, when a single coin is tossed, what is sample space? When two coins are tossed, what is sample space? And also remaining examples now. Now we see sample space for coins. First one is, we have important problems on coins. Now when a one coin is tossed, what is sample space? When two coins are tossed, what is sample space? Let us see now. When one coin is tossed, sample space contains, a coin has two sides. When a coin is tossed, we can get either a head or tail. Therefore, when we toss a coin, we have 2 power 1, nothing but two outcomes in a sample space. When one coin is tossed, the sample space contains two events, two simple events. One is head, one is tail. Now in the second example, 2 square is equal to 4. Two coins are tossed. I wrote at power. So a coin has two possibilities. The type of coins are tossed. Two coins are tossed. Therefore, 4 outcomes are there. Sample space S is equal to, I can get head and head, head and tail, tail and head, and tail and tail. So therefore, when two coins are tossed, this is the way of writing sample space. When two coins are tossed, 2 square equal to 4 possible outcomes are there. They can be written as sample space S is equal to, first you should write 2 heads, 2 tails. Next, 1 head, 1 tail, 1 head, 1 tail. So we can easily remember the sample space. When 3 coins are tossed, let us see the situation now. When 3 coins are tossed, 2 cube is equal to 8 possible outcomes. Each coin has 2 possibilities, head and tail. Therefore, 2 cube is equal to 8 possible outcomes. How to write the sample space? See here, S is equal to, when you have 8 possible outcomes, we should write 4 heads, 4 tails in column. Head, 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 tail, 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 tail. First we should write 4 heads and 4 tails. Then 2 heads, 2 tails. 2 heads, 2 tails, 2 heads, 2 tails. Next, 1 head, 1 tail, 1 head, 1 tail, like that. Head, tail, head, tail, head, tail, head, tail. See here, all are different outcomes. You can see here. So when three coins are tossed, 2 cube is equal to 8 possible outcomes. See here, in the first event we have head, head, head. All are heads. In the second event, you can see first two coins are showing heads. The third coin shows tail. So in the third event, first coin shows head, second coin shows tail, third coin shows head. Therefore, all are outcomes of the experiment of tossing 3 coins. So this is very, very important point. Sample space for coins. When one coin is tossed, 2 power 1 means 2 outcomes are there. When 2 coins are tossed, 2 square, 4 outcomes are there. When 3 coins are tossed, 2 cube, 8 possible outcomes are there. When n coins are tossed, 2 power n outcomes are there. Therefore, when n coins are tossed, we should write 2 power n. This is important concept. So when one die or 2 dice are thrown, what is the sample space? How many outcomes are there? Let us see now. When one die is thrown, a die has 6 faces. The type of dice you are throwing only one die, 6 power 1 is equal to 6 possible outcomes. Therefore, sample space contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When one die is thrown, the sample space contains 6 possible outcomes. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. So therefore all are simple events. Now when 2 dice are thrown, means 6 square is equal to 36 possible outcomes are there. Let us see the possible outcomes. S is equal to, when the first die shows 1, the second die can show what? 1, or the second die can show what? 2 or 3 and so on. Therefore 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4, 1 comma 5 and 1 comma 6. So therefore sample space contains 36 events, 1 comma 1, 1 comma 2, 1 comma 3, 1 comma 4, 1 comma 5, 1 comma 6. Second one, 2 comma 1, 2 comma 2, 2 comma 3, 2 comma 4, 2 comma 5, 2 comma 6 and so on. Last one, 6 comma 1, 6 comma 2, 6 comma 3, 6 comma 4, 6 comma 5, 6 comma 6. So therefore when n dice are thrown, the sample space contains 6 power n possible outcomes. These are very very important for all the competitive exams. This is about when one die is thrown, the sample space contains 6 outcomes. When 2 dice, 6 square, 36 possible outcomes. When n dice are thrown, the sample space contains 6 power n possible outcomes. Sample space for playing cards. There are 52 cards in pack of cards. So these 52 cards are divided into 4 suits. 4 suits. Each suit contains 13 cards. So here you can see the first one. So out of 52 cards, there are 26 red color cards, 26 black color cards. These 26 red color cards are divided into 2 parts, 2 suits. The first suit is red color diamond cards. You can see as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen and King. So the second suit also contains red color, which is heart symbol, you can see clearly. These are 13 cards. So now the third suit contains black color spades. This is black color spade symbol. Now the fourth suit contains 13 black color club. This symbol is club. So there are 4 asses, 4 jacks, 4 queens, 4 kings. So out of these cards, there are 12. These 12 cards are called face cards. Kings, jacks, queens and kings are called face cards. So therefore these 52 cards, therefore 52 cards are divided into 4 suits. 2 suits are red color, 2 suits are black color. Red color suits are diamond and heart. Black color suits are spade and clubs. Now sample space about leap year. In a normal year, we know that in a normal year there are 365 days, but in a leap year there are 366 days. These 366 days can be written as 52 weeks plus 2 days. Remember, in playing cards there are 52 cards, and similarly in a year there are 52 weeks. In a leap year there is 52 weeks plus 2 days. 52 weeks means 52 Sundays, 52 Mondays, 52 Tuesdays and so on. But what about these 2 days? The remaining 2 days can be written in a sample space like Sunday, Monday, or Monday, Tuesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday and Saturday, Sunday. So therefore these 2 days can be distributed in 7 ways. So therefore when a problem is asked on a leap year, we use this concept to find the required answer. So probability can be defined in 3 ways. So one is experimental or empirical probability. Second one is theoretical probability. Third one is axiomatic probability. Now first let us see experimental probability. Experimental probability means it based on the results of an experiment. So here experimental probability is equal to number of trials in which the event happened divided by total number of trials. Very very important formula. Experimental or empirical probability is based on the results of an experiment. Experimental probability equal to number of trials in which the event happened by total number of trials. So now the second definition for probability is classical definition of probability or theoretical probability. So for this we no need to conduct experiment. By theory we can define it. Probability of an event E is equal to number of outcomes favorable to the event E by total number of outcomes in the experiment. Classical definition of probability or theoretical definition of probability. For this we no need to conduct an experiment. By theory we can write this formula. So let E be an event, then probability of that event is equal to number of outcomes favorable to the event E by total number of outcomes. When we toss a coin, we have two possible outcomes. Sample space S is equal to head and what? Tail. Now let E be the event of getting a head. Let E be the event of getting a head, then probability of E is equal to, so for getting head, how many events are favorable to getting a head? Only one event here. But total number of events, head and tail, to 0.5. So therefore probability of getting a head is equal to probability of E equal to 1 by 2 equal to 0.5. So classical definition or theoretical definition of probability is very very important, which is number of outcomes favorable to the event E by total number of outcomes. Second example, when we throw two coins, what is the probability of getting two heads? So when we throw two coins, means 2 square, 4 events, head and head, head and tail, tail and head, and what? Tail and tail. I want probability of getting two events. I want probability of getting two heads. So probability of E is equal to, E means getting two heads. So here how many cases are favorable to getting two heads? Only one case is favorable. Therefore 1 by total number of outcomes 4 is equal to 0.25. So therefore classical definition or theoretical definition of probability is very easy and important, which is number of outcomes favorable to E by total number of outcomes. So now we see properties of probability, which is probability of success plus probability of failure is equal to 1, means total probability is always equal to 1. So let E be the event of success, then E bar is the event of failure. Therefore probability of success plus probability of failure is equal to 1. In any experiment, sum of all probability should be 1. Second one is probability should be always greater than or equal to 0. Probability of any event in a random experiment is greater than or equal to 0, means probability should not be negative. And the third one is, if probability of E equal to 0, then E is called impossible event. Whenever probability equal to 0, we say that it is impossible event. Impossible event. Whenever probability equal to 1, we call it as certain event. And the next one is probability always lies between 0 and 1. So here we discussed about some properties of probability. First one is sum of all probabilities in any experiment, in any trial equal to 1. Second one, probability of any event is greater than or equal to 0. Probability should not be negative. Third property is, if probability of an event equal to 0, we call it as impossible event. Whenever probability of an event is equal to 1, we call it as a certain event. Whenever probability always lies between 0 and 1. Probability should not be negative, probability should not be greater than 1.